Judd, Girls ended with a breastfeeding storyline, which I believe was actually your idea. Why did you think that would be the thing that would ultimately draw Hannah outside of herself? And what else was discussed throughout that process?
Well, early on, Lena thought that she would wind up a single mother.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of people who've been, pregnant on TV, and we were trying to find unique, ways to talk about that. And Jenny Connor and I came up with a lot of ideas for the last episode because we're both parents. And, the basic idea was that episode 9 would be basically the last episode, and then we would give you a little peek into the future. Because when you watch these shows, you always wish, I wish it was one more Sopranos, so I would know. I said, well, why don't we just show them a little taste of the future, and it'll be like a movie after the series ended.
He breastfed for 6 weeks, then he just stopped.
Well, are you pumping?
Oh my God, yeah, I'm pumping so much. I'm like a soft serve machine. He will only take it from the bottles.
So long as he's getting it.
But is there an issue with bonding? Isn't it important?
All right, listen. Breastfeeding is mysterious. Sometimes it's a piece of cake, and sometimes there's something, the chemistry, the fit, it's just off.
Jenny and I were talking and about just people who have postpartum depression and what would happen to someone who has, OCD issues and some mental health issues and is a narcissist in a lot of ways.
And a baby.
And a baby. And we just said, I think she'd kind of go crazy in this little house. And then we started kicking around, well, how could you show that? And how can you discuss a character that we've seen be very selfish for a long time, that when you have a baby, the baby looks at you and says, that's over. This is all about me now. Enough games. And so the idea of breastfeeding and being present enough to be there for your kid was what we were trying to express. My wife used to watch my Twitter feed while I was in the bathroom.
Good to see.
And then she'd say, were you on Twitter? I'd be like, no. She's like, she busted me on everything.
One other thing you've said, which I found fascinating, for a long time, TV was just the land of the handsome, beautiful people, and now it's the opposite. Is that true of everywhere on the television dial?
No, but I do think...
And why the shift?
When I started in television with the Ben Stiller Show, it was the first TV series I did, and when we were doing Freaks and Geeks, it seemed really weird when we did Freaks and Geeks that we said, let's do a high school show with these kids. And it was odd. It was the era of Dawson's Creek and a lot of fantasy fulfillment TV, and it's like that in a lot of ways now, but there are a ton of shows that are about, the freaks and geeks, of every age. And I think you can get those shows through now where when we did it, people looked at us like we were nuts. And it was depressing because we thought these are the shows that I wish existed. And the fact that there are so many now, I couldn't be happier. TV's turned into exactly what I dreamed it would be.
You were somebody who speaks your mind, particularly on social media. Curious how much pressure you feel or desire you feel as a storyteller to let what's happening in the sort of political climate infiltrate your work.
I do think about, what I'm saying publicly, and it's interesting because on any position, whatever you say, 40% of the country violently disagrees with you if you tweet something out, and then people just say horrendous things, But
you need that audience. I mean, those are people you want to come see your movies and watch your show, no?
Not on HBO.
But do you think about that? Do you think about the fact that that is an audience that you would welcome, that you would enjoy having just from a sheer numbers perspective?
I don't really think about it. I don't think well, that guy hates me, but I'd like to tickle his funny bone a little bit. Because you'll say something on Twitter and then people are like, go jump in an oven, Jew. And you're like, all right. And it's always something that sounds very sane and then it becomes that. It's always like, you need to give him a chance. He was elected in a lawful way. Jump in the oven, Jew. Hi, I'm Judd Apatow.
I'm David Mandel.
I'm Elizabeth Moss.
I'm Kevin Bacon. Billy Bob Thornton.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter on YouTube.
And sitting through the laundry detergent commercial it took to get here.
Make sure to subscribe for more videos from The Hollywood Reporter right here.